We understand po you attended yung burial today.
Yes, I did. Nag-attend ako kakatapos lang, and then pauwi na ako sa Davao, and I stopped by here, nag-stop kasama na aking misis and mga staff dito sa Trento.
Okay.
Hello?
Yes, sir. Yeah, but can you give us an update, sir? Anong latest from the family? What are their plans? What are their intentions? What do they want to do now?
Well, we had a meeting after the burial, and we discussed the developments of the case, the details of which I could not reveal, but yung iba siguro po pwede. The usual, the job of a lawyer is to give them alternative
Opo.
courses of action, and I laid out to them, and they told me na papunta daw ata ngayong Sunday yung representative daw ng Ateneo de Manila. Tsaka nasabi din ni Mami sa akin nung hindi ako pinapasok sa Ateneo de Davao, meron pala talagang offer na nangyari. Pero hindi ko na lang i-discuss yan at length kasi tapos na yun. What we should concentrate is what are the possible courses of action that we should undertake once we have already gathered all evidences.
Sino yung representative na pupunta from Ateneo?
Meron silang name na na binanggit, pero hindi ko na lang isabi dito kung sino, pero sigurado ako na pupunta daw ngayong Sunday, yun ang nasabi nila.
Dadalaw po doon sa
Tony,
pamilya.
sinabi ngayon ng ng mga investigador, the PNP, they will file criminal cases against 10 or 11
Hello?
people, attorney.
Hello?
Attorney? Hi, attorney.
Yan. Hello?
Wala siya uli. Attorney? Hi, attorney.
Yes. You were talking
Attorney,
about criminal cases,
nag-announce
Mami?
ngayon yung PNP, nag-announce sila, sabi nila, papailan daw nila ng criminal cases yung 10 or 11 people in connection with the drowning. Complainant po ba yung mga yung pamilya? Complainant ba sila o people of the Philippines lang yun?
Wala na naman.
I think maybe the signal is not
Hello?
able to hold up.
Nag-shift ako sa aking cellphone na lang. Hindi na lang sa
I think that
laptop.
might be better, sir.
Oo, attorney. Kasi
Yes.
nag-announce ngayon yung PNP. PNP sabi nila magfa-file sila ng criminal cases against 10 or 11 people in connection with the drowning. Tanong ko lang kung complainant po yung mga relatives nung victim or people of the Philippines lang ba yan?
Well, they may have to coordinate with us, specifically insofar as the requirement of including the civil aspect of the case, no? Siguro nakagather na sila ng evidences, no? Nag-request nga ako dun sa sa chief ng CIDG na task force na create nila if we can communicate, at nag-okay naman, mabait naman yung chief. Ang sabi niya sa akin na magpunta daw yung representative ng Region 11 ng CIDG, and I was waiting kanina, pero siguro ang dami kasing tao talaga ang daming linya, hindi kami nagkakita. We will see. I hope they will coordinate with us so we can also give our suggestions, no? And we can also perhaps contribute kung mag-decide yung pamilya na mag-file talaga ng kaso.
So wala pang fina-file, hindi sila yung complainant ngayon at this point?
Wala pang napermahan yung kliyente ko. Ang na-prepare lang namin, we also prepared our own complaint just in case they will decide to file a case. Open naman po ang pamilya sa further discussion. They really want total honesty sana. They want to know what really happened, and they do not have a full picture yet as to what really happened, whose fault was that. And yun kasi ang napansin ko at sinabi nila sa akin na gusto talaga nila. They want to have a blow-by-blow account as to what happened, and then they should admit fault if ever there was fault. Yun ang gusto ng mama eh. And apparently, she wants to know everything so that there will be closure on her part and on the part of the family.
Attorney Torion, this is Regina. Do you mean to say that hindi pa po siya nabibigyan ng blow by blow of what happened that day? Because I understand there were some Ateneo officials who had already met with the parents of Rene.
Believe it or not, nothing of that sort happened. No, nothing of that sort happened. Yun nga nagtataka kasi Atenean din naman ako eh. As an Atenean, I believe in my school and I believe in the tenets taught by our school. And nagtataka lang ako nung pati ako, binablock nila to go inside. I was hoping that sige na lang, hindi na lang tayo magpasok. I was hoping that they would give them a full account as to what happened, and then perhaps mag-say honestly ng sorry, ganon. Kung meron may mga pagkakamali. Pero walang nangyari daw na ganon. Walang nangyari na ganon kasi nag-field ako ng mga, prior to the burial, nag-field ako ng mga lawyers ko dito. They were with the family 24 hours. No? Walang sinabi si Mami, Rovelyn, nang ganon na may sinabi sila. Hanggang kanina, nakita niyo naman siguro kung merong representative ninyo yung hagulhol niya. At the time nung inilibing na talaga si Rene, I think marami yan na-quote ata na marami namang kasing nakakita doon. And meron siyang hinagulhol talaga na mga salita na medyo nakakatindig balahibo po.
We did report on that. Something along the lines of, and I'm paraphrasing here na porket mahirap kami, hindi pa sila humihingi ng sorry, nag-apologize. Something like along those lines.
I was even surprised. Wala ata akong nakita doon, not even one teammate na Ateneo de Manila pumunta. Yun din ang napansin ko doon kasi kahapon pa ako doon. Wala din akong nakita na members ng coaching staff, which is odd, no? Which is not so normal in situations like this. So yun siguro yung mga nagka-add din sa situation. I'm just stating a fact. I'm not implying anything.
Attorney, you said earlier that you already prepared the complaint just in case, with emphasis on just in case. Pero from your reading, mukha bang interesado yung pamilya to pursue a private complaint? Kasi of course, kahit pa pala naman na pag criminal case, people in the Philippines usually pero pwede ka pa rin private complainant eh.
Yes. Of course, we are lawyers. We should be prepared for any eventuality. Ready kami kung isettle nila, kung yun ang desisyon nila. Ready din kami kung mag-file sila ng kaso. At ipinasa ko sa kanila yung first draft. Hindi ko pa nga na-review yun masyado. Yung first draft ng associates ko. Para lang magkaroon sila ng idea kung saan, kung ano yung theory namin. Pero sinabihan ko sila, ma'am, this is just a first draft. I have not fully reviewed it. Hindi ko pa yan naupuan. Trabaho po yan ng aking mga associates po. So kung mag-desisyon kayo na mag-file ng kaso, upuan ko yan at i-finalize natin at i-file natin. Ganun po.
But are you at liberty to tell us already what kind of a complaint it is? Or is it premature? If it's premature, it's fine.
Any lawyers would understand that in situations like that, you have at least 3 choices, no? Either you go via culpa criminal, culpa aquiliana, or culpa contractual. So, yung mga possibilities na yon, meron na kaming mga drafts, but of course, we will still confer with the CIDG and perhaps compare notes and we can improve it, no? Pero at least meron ng idea yung family kung ano yung na-prepare namin para naman kung may makontribute sila, ipa-ano pa namin kung mag-decide sila na mag-file ng kaso.
Attorney, kahit anong kalabasan ng police investigation, Can we say at this point with certainty na maghahabol ng civil damages yung pamilya?
That is a matter which only the family can decide. And that's one of the discussions that I undertook with them while I was there. And I also gave them our own, kasi possibilities yan lahat eh. As what I've said when I handle cases, I provide them alternative courses of action. And one of the courses of action is, what if there is a settlement? What would
Yes.
be the most reasonable amount that you would expect? So I provided them our computation, yung loss of earning capacity. Prinobide namin yun. Alam naman namin yung computation, paano yan ma-come up. So, meron na rin silang idea kung yung ino-offer ng Ateneo, makatarungan ba o hindi, o nakaka-insulto ba o hindi. So, meron na silang idea nun. So, I'm allowing this interview. I know, because I'm also an Atenean, that whatever offer that they made, alam na ng kliyente ko kung reasonable ba yun na offer o hindi. Kasi duty ko yan as a lawyer, I have to do that also as an Atenean.
So very crucial,
So may
Attorney.
in-offer na po ang Ateneo. Pwede na nating sabihin yon. Meron na
Yes.
in-offer ang Ateneo.
Yung hindi ako pinapasok doon sa Ateneo de Davao, may nag-offer sila doon.
Was,
Pero di ba, Attorney, yan yung purpose ng mensahero nila na parating tomorrow? No? Yung hindi niyo mabanggit yung pangalan. Parang yan yung
Sa
negotiations.
Sunday daw, sa
Yeah.
Sunday. Pero
Diba?
yun, mga ano na yun, kung baga, may mga dalang mga dokumento na siguro yun.
Para pirmahan.
Oo. So, oo. May mga documents naman na mga pinapadala, pero hindi tinanggap yun nung ano, kasi may mga attempts doon sa wake na maglapit sa kanya, pero sinabihan ni ma'am na doon na lang sa ano, sa after the burial.
So, attorney, nabanggit niyo po, may kausap kayong taga-CIDG na hepe. Hindi ko lang alam kung ito yung si Colonel Morico. Pero earlier kasi last week, si Colonel Morico sabi niya sa isang press con na ang findings nila so far, hindi aksidente yung nangyari. Is he the same person you're talking to? And did, by any chance, did he tell the same
Hindi.
thing?
Yung pumunta sa amin sa ano sa Arlington. Yung pumunta sa amin sa Arlington, yun ang nakausap ng mother together with the father. Nandun din ako. And I think Attorney Jimmy Bondoc was likewise there, or si Attorney Selahe ba yung kasama ko noon. Yun yung nire-refer ko. Nandito sa aking cellphone eh. Pero naka-zoom kasi. Hindi ko makita.
But in any case po, yung sinabi ni Colonel Morico na mukhang hindi raw aksidente yung nangyari, did you hear that soundbite?
That's why, yes. And that's why I really wanted to confer with them. It's just that I'm still in Davao. And I'm hoping and praying that we can have time to sit together so that we can compare notes. We were also able to, my lawyers went to Aurora a number of times, and they were also able to get some documentations. And I wish to have a conversation with the CIDG people so we can compare notes. And if my clients would decide to file cases, perhaps we can share our notes, and including the documentary evidences that we were able to secure and share it with them.
Pero Attorney, di ba wala namang kinalaman yung kung sakaling may sasampang kaso ang CIDG at yung negosasyon ng pamilya with the school, with Ateneo. Di ba two separate things siya?
Yung criminal cases, kung ituloy nila, well, it's up to the CIDG. But of course, they would, I'm sure, they would want the cooperation of the family also para isa na lang sana, no? Pero kung magkaroon man ng settlement, which I am not a blockage to it, depende talaga yan sa pamilya. I am just there to support them. I always emphasize it to them that if you decide to go that route, it's really up to you, no? Then the family can settle the case.
Pero pag sinettle ba nila yung case, mawawala na yung criminal liability?
no.
No. The criminal case can continue. Yun nga lang, yung civil aspect is already settled.
So it's not either or. they're not gonna drop the case kahit na na-settle na. Attorney Torion, do I understand correctly that you and Attorney Jimmy Bondoc volunteered to become the legal counsels for the family of Rene Baterbonia? Tama po ba?
Actually, I already clarified that many times. When it happened po, hindi ko nga kilala si Rene, no? May tumawag po sa akin at may nag-text. It turned out na relative pala nila kasi yung mother nila is, at that time, was finding ways as to how to go to Manila. And one apparently a relative, and another one likewise a relative, also a fraternity brother of mine from UP. I graduated in UP Cebu, and he also called me. It turned out na on the mother's side, pinsan pala sila ng mother. So na-request ako na baka pwede natin matulungan. Sabi ko, sino ba itong tulungan natin, brother? Itong, yung basketball player. Ko, sino yan? And then my son told me, apparently kakilala sila kasi Ateneo din yung anak ko na graduate. And yun. So, it was a female relative yung nagtawag and nag-text sa akin. And then another one, nagtawag at nag-text din akin, pinsan ng kanyang mother. So yun po. And when I agreed to, nabasa ko na sa, ang dami nang lumalabas. Ito pala si Rene. Ito pala yung magaling na mag-basketball. So tumawag ako sa kay Governor Cane kasi apparently a former student of mine also, a lawyer now who hails from Talacogon, also contacted me and informed me that, sir, the family mentioned you, that you agreed to help them. I would like to inform you that it was Governor Cane who gave them money in order for them to leave for Manila. Perhaps it is best for you to contact Governor Cane so that you can coordinate with him. So tinawagan ko si Governor Cane. Sabi ko, sir, may tumawag sa akin ng mga relatives ni Rene Baterbonia, and I would like to inform you that I'm willing to help. Sir, I would like to emphasize pro bono po ito. Kung gusto nilang please baka matulungan mo ako na makatouch base sa mother kasi relatives niya yung kumontak sa akin. So si Governor Cane ang nag-arrange, nag-inform kay Mami Rovelyn, and doon na nagkita na sila doon sa Manila pagdating nila. Doon sa associates ko sila si Attorney Rondes, Layog Rondes, who happened to be my associate. They're also in my office in Manila, together with Attorney Jabo Silahe and other lawyers. Yun po nangyari.
Because of course the initial reports were that inassign daw po kayo and then na-politicize na yung story.
Hindi. Hindi kami inassign ni Governor Cane. Siya lang yung nag-arrange ng meeting between me and between my associates kasi nasa Davao ako that time.
If the family decides to see this case through, meaning they decide to file the charges, do you think you'll be retained as the counsel, and will you be doing it pro bono?
Yes, of course. I already made that commitment. I already made that commitment, and I will handle the case.
Okay. Tony, teka,
Teka
pahabol na lang.
before we let you go.
Yes,
kasi
yes, sir.
yung isa pang
Alam ko kay Bato ito eh.
Kaya,
Grabe.
yun nga yung segue ko, Attorney Torion, because you are
Yes,
already
yes, sir.
handling
Sige,
another
shoot.
high-profile case, and then you're taking on this case with the Ateneo athletes pa. Are you gonna have time? Ay, kamusta naman yung yung kliyente niyo, sir? Si Senator De La Rosa.
Well, if you note, we already initiated the deposit for safekeeping of his firearms, yung na-account namin. And we successfully did that here in Davao, yung mga na-account namin. And then likewise in Silang, Cavite. And we were able to successfully turn over for safekeeping. I would emphasize it is deposit for safekeeping po. To the PNP so that there will be no complications anymore. We are contesting the revocation of his firearms licenses. We filed a motion for reconsideration. We likewise wrote letters to the regional trial courts, no, informing the most honorable executive judges that requesting them that if there is any request for issuance of search warrant, that they be properly informed that we have a pending motion for reconsideration from with the PNP so that they can be properly guided and para hindi na masyadong messy at ma-inform na sila in advance and kung mag-apply ng search warrant, i-deny kasi we complied in good faith with what is required under the law and the revocation is not yet final so therefore there is no probable cause for the issuance of search warrant. Para lang may magkaroon ng peace of mind po yung misis at kapamilya po ni Senator De La Rosa.
Pero so far, sir, that's
Attorney,
20
marami
plus
pa bang
6.
i-turnover? Kasi sabi ng PNP, gusto daw nila lahat ng barel. Ibalik muna.
Yun ang ina-account pa namin but we are doing it kung may ma-account kami, may kita kami na kung saan nakita and then tumatawag kami, nagpapadala kami ng letters po dun sa PNP. It's the coordination which takes time po.
Yes, sir. Well, sir, kasi I think originally, earlier, nag-surrender po ng 20 tapos merong 6 naman sa
26.
Cavite. 26 already.
Yes.
If I recall correctly, yung PNP FEO
117,
document,
yes.
well, 116 nata ko eh. Or is it 117?
Oh.
Kasi 116 ang bilang ko eh. But anyway.
116, okay. I stand
kasi
corrected.
118 po yun, tapos 2 barrel lamang. But anyway po, that leaves mga 90 more firearms to go. What do ano pong timeline ninyong nakikita rito?
Well, I am coordinating with the family and if kung mayroon pa silang makita na iba, we will surely, we will surely coordinate with the PNP. Ang iba kasi niyan, I was informed, nabenta na so we have to account kung ilan na yung nabenta, so we have to coordinate also. We have to make sure kasi hindi kasi ito haka-haka, sir.
Opo,
we have
opo, understand.
Kailangan na ma-stencil yung mga numbers nila. So kung may nabenta na, sisiguraduhin namin saan yung deed of sale. So it's a process. It's a process, a bit of a complicated process that we have to undertake and that is why it takes a little time.
I understand, sir. Pero sir, ang pagbenta ng baril medyo ano yun step by step
Kailangan
process na
i-report.
yan.
Yes.
ang daming
Yeah.
clearance
Pero
eh.
yung iba kasing realities in the ground, yun ang report sa akin na unverified pa na saan pala yung iba. So we have to coordinate, we have to check and ang realities kasi niyan kung minsan kung may mabenta man yung makabili ay hindi kaagad ma-report kasi may mga ibang mga trabaho hindi mabigyan ng pansin. Yan siguro ang dahilan. And I am verifying all that so that we can properly account each and every firearm which are registered in the name of Senator Bato de la Rosa.
Yes, sir. And one more, sir. Still on the firearms, kasi under PNP FEO rules, dapat any firearm owner, whatever level you belong to, meron siyang isang vault, at least 1 vault or several vaults kung saan naka-safekeeping yung mga firearms. In other words, it's not a moving place, but it's one fixed area, very, very well secured. In which case po, we're looking at 90 more firearms na well, so far apparently hindi pa ho, I don't know if unaccounted is the right word for it, pero
That may still be out there.
hindi pa ho na turn over. So I suppose the question is, number one, is there such a vault or are there such vaults as required by the PNP FEO regulations? And number two, shouldn't or wouldn't the family know where these are?
Well, si Senator Bato de la Rosa, as you well know, is a former PNP chief.
Yes, sir.
He has spent more than half of his life dedicated to law enforcement. So I'm sure he followed that regulation. It is just that knowing his situation now, there is difficulty in coordinating with him. I'm sure we can sort everything out once his legal problems would somehow provide a clearer picture already. So ngayon nga kasi hindi namin siya makontak, hindi rin siya kumukontak sa amin, kaya medyo nahihirapan kami
pahirapan.
pag account doon sa iba niyang mga baril.
Have you filed the MR to the TRO petition, Attorney Torion?
Yeah, I already did.
Kailan po?
On the 7th day ata, after we received the 7th or 8th day after we received the resolution denying our TRO.
Are you at liberty to tell us on what grounds you're making the appeal for the motion for reconsideration?
Well, we explained therein very meritorious grounds, but as you will very know, I am not at liberty to discuss it at length. I am always on the brink of maybe I don't want to be cited by the Supreme Court po na violating the rule on sub judice. I'm very careful in that. Yung mga ano lang, kung po pwede kong gawin. Kasi din pa naman ako ng law school. Ayoko po mapagalitan ng Korte Suprema. Pasensya na po.
Okay. Sir, sorry, pahabol na lang. Atenista pala kayo.
Yes. Mongrel kasi ako, sir eh. Mongrel ako. I finished my political science in UP. Then I went straight to Ateneo de Davao for my political science. Then I studied in San Beda in my master's.
Okay.
Kompleto.
Mongrel ako, sir. Mongrel.
Tapos nag-UP rin kayo.
kompleto.
Sabi niyo, nag-UP rin kayo.
Sir?
Sabi niyo,
UP
nag-UP rin
Cebu.
kayo. UP
UP
Visayas.
Cebu ako. UP Cebu. Oh. Kasi noon, magpili ka ng what you call this, ng kung saan ka na campus. ASPO kasi ako, sir eh. Walang kaya yung masyado yung parents ko. So pinili ko doon sa Cebu kasi taga Bohol yung father ko. So malapit at marami kaming relatives po sa Cebu. So I chose UP Cebu po as my campus.
Okay.
Instead nasa UP Diliman.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, interesting.
One last thing from me, Attorney Torion. Sabi ni Congressman Polong Duterte, there's already an ICC warrant out for Senator Bongo. I wonder if you knew anything about that.
Well, I heard that. And
Sino
pero sana hindi totoo kasi wala naman talagang kinalaman si Senator Bongo diyan sa mga kaso na 'yan, no? I'm also like you. I heard about it but I could not confirm it. And I hope and pray that it is not true. Yun lang po.
Okay. We'll leave that there. Thank you so much for talking to us even whilst you're in Agusan
Yes, sir.
del Sur.
Maraming
That was
salamat.
Attorney Israelito Torion. Salamat, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Shukran.
Attorney.
Okay, salamat.